my friends. The sun is right in my eyes. Anyway, well, let's talk about what I did today. 2 vent fans. Just got finished. Started at 9. Now, what time is it? 7:31. But I got to be honest. The first one, I was just taking the vent out of my Express and putting a replacement in because I'm taking the Maxxair with me. The new owner of the Express can put in a higher quality fan. I just got a used static vent put in there. I was this close to even trying to install the sunroof today, or skylight I should say, but because I had to rent a ladder. It was like $18 for 4 hours or something like that. What happened? Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna have enough time or energy, to be honest. I would be working still if I hadn't if I had tried the skylight as well. Skylight's not essential. It's nice. I love having a skylight, but right now it's not really a necessity. To me, the roof vent is. We've been having some hot weather lately, and I don't want to be like stifling in heat trying to sleep in the hot van, so definitely necessary. So the first thing you want to do is build yourself a frame. I just loosely tacked this together. Well, they're like 3-inch screws, but I didn't go crazy. I didn't glue it together and stuff because it's going to be screwed together by the screws are holding the roof vent in anyway. So the point of building this is that if you don't, you're going to have screws poking through the bottom or the top of your ceiling, depending on how long they are, and you want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And you also have something to build around when you do your ceiling and stuff, depending on how thick your insulation is. So it also helps, I think, it bites into it has something to bite into a little bit instead of just going through the metal. So that just goes around there. This white piece is what goes through the initial part of the roof hole, and then the fan attaches to that. So there you go. So every fan is a standard size. It's like around 14 inches from corner to corner. So this is 14. The short ones are 14 1/4, and the long ones are 17. Because I figured it's better just to have a little more space than I need. It's always good to have a little bit of wiggle room. Next step is to draw your lines. This is a little bit bigger than 14. But it's about 14 inches. Then do a little tiny drill hole, pilot hole. That way you can do the big hole after, so your jigsaw blade can go through there. I always use the jigsaw. Some people use different cutting methods, but I find the jigsaw pretty easy to do. Okay, got the lines drawn in. Tape on, and I'm about to start jigsawing. This is a pretty dirty roof. The spot that I park it a lot, there's a lot of trees there. So this is the jigsaw that I use. It's a corded jigsaw. So I have this cheapo 450 watt inverter from Walmart, and I just connect it to the battery. And the weird thing about this Transit is the battery's under the front seat, which I'm not really that big a fan of, but okay. Connect the positive to that terminal, connect the negative to that bolt according to the manual, and it works because this is a very low powered jigsaw. This is only like 5 amps. If it's any more than that, I don't know, maybe not. So the hole has been cut. It's not super straight, it's pretty good. The only thing that really matters, well, one of the things that only matters, does this fit in the hole? Yes, it does. Okay, got the butyl tape in the back. You do an event like this, you definitely have to buy this stuff called butyl tape. It's just like a putty that acts as a sealer. It's one of the sealers. Now, the thing that's interesting, pardon my baskets of junk, is this is how much I had left over. Usually I buy the Camco kit. They sell it like a hardware store. You can buy the kit that has screws and the butyl tape in it. But I was at an RV place, like a store, where they sell RVs. And they had their kind of store-made kit. And I thought, okay, they got the screws, they got the putty, I'll take it. But with a Camco one, usually you have like 6 to 8 inches left over. And this is how much I had left over this time. It's like, hey. I mean, I did go over a tiny bit. Ooh, don't want to get grass on this. I did go over a bit on this edge, but it's pretty tight. And then I had to scrape off all the old Dicor. That's what I love about Dicor, easily removable. So, well, easily, quote unquote. But if that was silicone, forget about it. It would be a real bear to get it off, unless you use chemicals. But this is just elbow grease. So that's what I love about Dicor. You can take it off easily, and it always remains soft. So this stuff is great. So I'm kind of on a time crunch because I rented this ladder. I got 58 minutes before it needs to be returned. What I did was I put some polystyrene an inch or half inch between the frame and the metal roof, because that's where condensation starts. It's only a half inch, but I thought, a little bit's better than nothing. So that's a step that I took. What I also did was I took some Dicor and I just pushed it around the edges of the metal to try to inhibit rust. When I took my old one off, there was a little bit of rust starting on the edges. So Dicor is great because you can cover the head of a screw and it doesn't rust. Back to Home Depot again. Sorry about that little jarring movement. And here's the ladder. I got like 55 minutes left. I gotta get my butt moving. Well, there we have it. Finished for now. Now I'm just gonna attach these wires to a power source, probably my jackery, and have some ventilation. I can move in this thing and build it out properly. So the reason I had to put the fan there, there's a number of reasons. Number one, I'm putting 600 watts of solar. Each solar panel is 39 inches wide. So two together, I gave myself 80 inches, 82 inches. So that means the fan has to be forward. But at the same time, I don't want it too forward because of air resistance. Or I should say wind resistance, and also I think it looks better the farther back it is. But the other thing is I want the fan near my kitchen so it can suck out vapors as I'm cooking. And the way I'm going to design this van is I'm going to have a spot for, I'm going to have a hole in the side of the van with a cover, obviously a professional cover, and air is going to pass through it and then be sucked out the roof. So it's like kind of like a static fan where it's just like air, cool air coming through. So those are some of the reasons why the fan has to be where it's going. I'm afraid I didn't have a final roof shot of the finished installation of the Maxxair, or those steps that were required to finish the job. I just ran out of time. I needed to return the ladder. I needed to get moving, so I couldn't film the last part of the top of the roof Maxxair. So yeah, but you know what? I have this is literally my 7th roof fan installation, And I have at least 2 other videos in my list of videos that I have on my channel where I show you how I do it. So it's exactly the same process. So you're welcome to watch one of those. If you're looking for an exact step-by-step, check one of those out. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and be well, my friends.